Welcome to my channel and part 2 of making a lingerie drawer. For this part, the main focus is to complete the drawer carcass with all the extra front and side rail parts. These will be used later to house the drawers. Here, I'm busy sawing out beams for the front and side rails. For the front and back rails, I'm sawing out notches so that they will fit easier into the leg pieces of the drawer carcass. These small stop rabbets that I'm making here are to help slot in the side bottom rails. These are the rails which the drawers will rest upon and slide in and out of. Now that the front and back rails have been completed, it is time to glue each one to the main carcass frame. After the front and back rails are glued in place, it is time to saw recesses into the side bottom rails. These will be fitted to the corresponding front and back rails and must be flush with them both for smooth operation of the drawers. With the side bottom rails completed, it is time to glue them to the front and back rails. The front, back and side bottom rails will also add strength and rigidness to the whole drawer at the end of the day. The last component to add to the rails is what's called a guide bar. As the name suggests, the guide bars will prevent the drawers from going too much sideways, or skewed in other words, when pulling the drawers in or out, which could otherwise lead to a stuck drawer, or, worst case, damage it. To close the back of the drawer, I'm using just some plain thin MFD board, sawed to the correct size. With the back of the drawer covered, It is now time to work on the top part. For that, I'm going to glue two boards together that I've prepared beforehand in order to form the required size. The board will overextend on the front and the sides. To finish the top board, some nice chamfers are added to the sides and front. Okay, so the next step is I want to actually add the top to the frame, but unfortunately I forgot actually to cut out the mortise holes for the turn buttons to actually keep the top in place. So basically, if you don't understand what a turn button is, let me explain it like this. The top we're going to add here is not going to be glued directly to the frame. Instead, these buttons are going to go in like this into the mortise holes, and then we're going to screw from this side to this side onto the panel above. And that basically allows the panel to move freely while it's attached to the frame, so to avoid cracking and other effects. So with that said, time to make the mortises for the turn buttons on the other top rails. Finally, it is time to coat the structure with some of my DIY teak oil mixture for some added redness to the overall color. If you made it to this part of the video, thank you so much for watching. The next part I will be making the drawers and finishing the dresser. See you next time.